morning, A34 northbound. I'm not sure where I left or last left, so today is, I think, Thursday. Had a Milton Keynes job yesterday, so that was fairly straightforward. Up to Milton Keynes, clipped, back down. I got as far as Chilwell Valley last night. Overnighted in Chilwell Valley, then onto the docks at a 2:30 start. Onto the docks, refueled. Now it's 6:52. Heading north. I'm going to Oswestry. So cutting across country the way I'm going. Cutting across country, M5, M6, and A5, M54, A5, something like that. Well, it's just outside of Oswestry. It's just off the A5, so yeah, easy to get to by the looks of things. Tip there and then head. Well, I don't know. I might have a reload. Who knows? Bit of a problem looming for this weekend. It's my birthday weekend, which I was quite looking forward to. Well, yeah, I was looking forward to. The problem, I think I spoke about it a couple of days ago. Our lad was sent home from school because he's been in close contact, so he had to isolate for 10 days. And then last night, stepdaughter was sent home from work because of close contact again. She has to isolate. So we've got some test kits on their way. Hopefully they'll be there by Friday. If they test negative, I can go home. If they test positive, I won't be. So, fucking hell, you know. I'm just a bit... I'm not bothered about my birthday. I'm just pissed off that people are just relaxing too much. This fucking, we're getting back to normal on Monday. People have already started doing that and gone, fuck it. The trouble is, you're not seeing the implications of the results of that already. I've just listened to the news on Radio 4. 1/5 of the workforce at the moment is in isolation, self-isolation. 1/5. You wait. You give it another couple of weeks, there'll be more than a fifth of. Fuck's sake. And what people fail to fucking realise is that, you know, like me, I don't get sick. Oh well, you get the statutory sick pay, £92 a fucking week. What is all that about? That doesn't pay nothing. £92 a week. Fucking ridiculous. Which is why I won't be going home. I don't want to lose a week's worth or 10 days worth of money. Third of your monthly income down this morning. You've got to isolate for 10 days. Okay. So yeah, that's the state of play at the moment. I don't really, you know, I think it's Thursday today. I hope it is, because I'm fucking knackered. The latest I've started is 3 o'clock this week. And it takes its toll. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I do despair. You know, people that are willing to. I can see why people want to get back to normal, and I agree with that. But we're never going to get back to normal. How we knew things before all this is never going to happen. I don't think. Because what I reckon is going to happen now, things are going to spiral out of control, and come October, November, we're going to be looking at going back into some form of lockdown. Now you've only got to look at Israel. Israel were, I mean, we as a country, as a nation, the UK, were miles ahead of the rest of Europe regarding vaccination. But Israel were ahead of us. And they've done what we're about to do. They've already gone through that. And guess what? They're going back into fucking lockdown. Because they had everybody, look at this car on the right hand side, I saw this morning. The fuck did he hit? Wow. That's a hell of a mess. Can't remember what I was saying about Israel, I think. Yeah, they were ahead of us. Everyone, loads of people vaccinated, you know, 5% of the population vaccinated, and they said, yeah, no worries at all, masks off, let's go back to normal. So they went back to normal. Fuck me, they're back to square one again. And it's a warm climate. It's not looking good from how I see it. I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong. But for those of you that are thinking of ditching the masks, please don't. Please don't. If not for your sake, think of others. Because, you know, my daughter, she's working to help pay for her accommodation for uni. She can't do that now. She's lost 10 days worth of pay. Well, 10 days worth of work, I suppose. You know, well, 6, 7 days. She's lost that little bit of income that she was bringing in. But she likes to, you know, she wants to contribute. She wants to work. And, you know, top marks for that. I applaud that. And she feels bad because she can't do that now, because she can't work, because somebody's somewhere is exposed to the risk. Now you can't lock yourself up the cotton wool, but you can minimise that risk by everybody doing their part and wearing a fucking mask and washing their hands and doing all the bollocks that you've got to do. Now, I don't think the Euro Championships help much. People are out drinking and fucking about. Do you know what I mean? And I don't know. I don't want this to be a killjoy, but you've got to be sensible about this. We're in unprecedented times. This ain't no. Oh, it'll get better on its own. No, it fucking won't. It ain't going anywhere. If anything, it's going to get worse. And we have to live. We have to live with it. Yeah, we do. And for those that can afford to live with it, that's fucking brilliant. Well done, you. But those that can't, you're going to see some severe deprivation over this winter if people have to keep isolated. Now they're saying, as of August the 19th, is it, that you won't have to isolate. Because we'll have all had the second jab and you won't have to isolate. Really? How does that even begin to work? If so, why not bring it in now? my daughter and her partner, they live up in Preston. They both work in a pub, same pub. They both tested positive. Now he's okay, but my daughter's feeling a bit rough. It's knocking her about a bit. So she's off work. She's on statutory sick pay. Oh dear, oh dear. It wouldn't be so bad if our statutory sick pay was at a decent level. But for 10 days you're going to get just over 100 quid, aren't you? 110, something like that maybe. For 10 days, a third of the month. It's just shockingly bad. I can weather the storm. You know, I'm lucky. You know, I can weather that. I can take that on the chin and be alright and not have to worry too much. But some families are gonna that's the difference between you eating or the kids. A family of four, let's say it's a family of four. That could be the difference between everyone sitting down to a meal in the evening, or just the kids are sitting down to a meal in the evening. And that is clearly not right. In fact, it's fucking disgraceful. Shouldn't even look. I couldn't move back. There's a van scooting on past. So I don't know where all this is going to end up, but it's going to end up in fucking tears. I can see it. Like I say, I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think I'm going to be. So have I got anything cheery to say? No, I don't think I fucking have. But that's real life, isn't it? You know, and that's what this is all about. This is real life, and this is all about memories to me. And if I live long enough to end up with some brain degenerative disease, I'm more likely to die of fucking fatigue at the moment, falling asleep at a fucking wheel. But if I do and I look back on this, I'll go, oh yeah, that was the year that happened. You know, we're looking to the future, and I don't see how things are going to pan out. And there's lots of things that I see that I can't. In 40 years' time, I'm glad I won't be here. I suspect I'll be dead by then. I'll be very surprised if I'm still alive. But you know, they've announced now that from 2040, I think it is, that no more diesel trucks will be sold. 18 years time, no more diesel trucks. Is the technology going to be there in 18 years time that will allow, or the infrastructure, let alone technology might be, but let's be serious about the infrastructure. Is that going to be there in 18 years time to allow all these electric trucks to be on the road and running the distances that they have to run? know, what time is it now? It's 7:06. And so far today, I've already done 143 miles. By the end of the day, I'll have done close to 300, I expect. Now, as it stands today, these trucks have not got that sort of range. Pulling the sort of loads that I'm pulling. So, we've got two choices really. Well, no, we've got a number of choices, haven't we? I mean, the infrastructure. Electrical points to charge vehicles up. There's not enough parking for trucks to park as it is. So, how's that going to work? When you drive along the road in the evenings and at night, you see all these trucks in lay-bys. Okay? And they're all going to be, and it's all right to say, oh yeah, they can go into the service stations. No, they can't. They're all fucking full up. Absolutely rammed. So no, they can't just go into a service station and fill up. I just don't see how. And that infrastructure for those. For that building process to even start, you need to start today to do that. Because I haven't seen, you know, there's electric vehicles out there at the moment, electric trucks. They are out there. Limited mileage, you know, vans. But you know, is hydrogen going to be a thing? I don't know how it's going to work. You know, these grand plans. I heard Shaps on the radio yesterday going about carbon neutral fucking aircraft. And as somebody pointed out to him, that technology doesn't exist, mate. You know what I mean? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't. You know, there's a food report out today. It's taken 2 years to come out, and they're saying that there will be a sugar and a salt tax. So food prices will go up, and you know, quite considerably, I believe. Who's that going to? You know, you've got, and it's supposed to stop you from buying. I think the idea behind it is that you think twice about buying really sweet foods, sugary foods, or salty foods. Well, the only people that is going to harm, well, it's not going to. Yes, it will. Yes, I can see the principle behind it is completely correct. You know, we should stop eating salty and sweet foods as much as we do.
Exit left.
However, fucking Porsche overtakes me on the inside and I was clearly trying to fucking turn left and get into this lane, wanker. No signal. Because he's above everyone else. Well, it's fucking think he is. Yeah, the only people that's going to disadvantage, or not disadvantage. Yeah, people will cut down on it because they can't afford to. They can't afford to buy. You know, the food that they tend to put on their plate at the moment is high in sugar and high in salt. It's cheap processed food, and that's what they use to feed themselves and their kids. Now that is going to become really expensive. And what the fuck are they going to eat? Well, they get vegetables. Oh, fucking hell. You try getting a 4-year-old to eat a fucking scrap. Do you know what I mean? The world's gone fucking mad. The world has gone and going mad. And it's getting madder by the day, and to be honest with you, I just want to fucking get off. I don't want to be part of this anymore, I really don't. Nobody gives a fuck anymore. No one cares. Everyone's out for themselves. I despair. I really do despair. No one's begged to ask the question, do they? You know, they said, right, how are we going to cut the carbon footprint? We're going to introduce electric cars, and they're becoming cheaper. Yeah, that's brilliant. No one's asked the question, how are you going to charge all these cars? There'll be points all over the place. No. It's no good having points all over the place. Not everyone can charge up from their home. You know, it's just not possible. It's not a feasible thing to do. You know, a lot of the residents where I live, we have to drive on the road. So how does that work? I don't know. So how would you charge your car up when you get to work? Okay, so that relies on your every car park to have charging points on every bay. Because at the moment, there's very, very few electric charging points in any of the car parks that I know of. The only charging points I know of in car parks is those at supermarkets. You can't leave your car there overnight, can you? I just don't get it. I don't see how it's all going to work. I want it to work, don't get me wrong. I want it to work. But to get those charging points into every street, into every available car parking space, that needs to start today. In fact, that needed to start about 5 years ago. Don't see how it's going to work. I really don't. But hopefully I'll be too doddery and my mind will be shot the fuck and I won't care. And I'll be sat in a dribbling down his shirt. No real change, some might say. But you know what I mean? The future doesn't look good. So anyway, on that cheery note, I'm to finish. So I'm about to pull into the services in a couple of minutes' time. And have a brew. And I might even get my head down for half an hour. I'm hungry. We'll see. Roadworks are new. I think they're changing the barriers. Slightly might be. So this is the thing, that they're spending all this money on changing the barriers, and probably over the next 2 to 3 years, because once they finish the other stretch, which is the other side of Newbury there, all this will be changed over to smart motorways. And all these new barriers will be taken out and fucking different ones put in. What a waste of fucking money. Wankers. There's probably nothing wrong with the old ones. I tell you, the fucking amount of money that's wasted, taxpayers' money that's wasted, fucking unbelievable. Anyway, that's enough of me. I'm going to Oswestry. Now I'm coming back. Speak to you later. Hello! Well, it looks like we're leaving the blue sky behind. Just on the A419 stroke A417. We'll be going down Birdlip. I'm not heavy, I'm light. I don't know what the weight is. There's nothing much there. The Peter bulb out. Someone's going to say, well, can't you change the indicator bulb? Well, yeah, I can. The problem is that I know it's an indicator lens that's on the wheel arch, on the cab wheel arch. And I know that to secure that indicator lens, they use mastic to stick it in there. So when I pry it out, I run the risk of breaking the lens. So, because the tags at the back are broken, so it was a quick fix. But now's the time to replace the lens. So I need to get another lens ordered up. I've got no way of securing it or wedging it back in once I take it out, once I break the mastic. If you get me drift. Stay there. Yeah, looks like we're heading into stormy weather. Didn't think there was any of that. Take up both lanes. There's not even 2 lanes here, look, and they're still like, come on. Go. motorway. Then all pretty boring stuff. I'll put you on when I get on the A5. Just get down here, get round to London the motorway, and then I'll pick you up. I think they've resurfaced this. But you resurface, but you leave a bit. Why would you do that? Good old Ben this. Proper corkscrew. Over for me, good man. Okay, haulage. Right, I'm going to leave you to it, so I'll speak to you all later. Hello. Well, that's me, just had a quick tea break. This is Frankly Services, northbound M5. Coming here this way. stay the other side, but going up doesn't really happen. So we've arranged for a new near side indicator cluster to be delivered to the yard. And I've had a phone call from the hospital, so I've got to book a blood test for my colonoscopy. A few years back now I had a bit of a scare, and they removed the growth, which proved to be benign, so I was given the all clear, but I'm due for a checkup. I'm overdue for a checkup. I put it off for a bit because it's in the middle of the pandemic, and I didn't fancy going into a hospital, to be totally honest with you. And I had no symptoms like I had before, which was you know, shit and blood, and yeah, I was alright, solved the problem. And I've been alright ever since, you know. I've also had another blood test for prostate cancer, and that proved negative, so that was alright. So yeah, everything's okay. So it's just a checkup and just a routine thing. But I just got to arrange for it all to go ahead. So I've got to have a blood test first, and then from there they can book the colonoscopy. That'll be a couple of days off work. It's funny, the day before you have your colonoscopy, you sort of drink this oh, excuse me, it's liquid laxative that's supposed to be quite brutal and clear you out, and I'm going to see and it's supposed to, you know, knock the stuffing out of you. Well, to be totally honest with you, I wouldn't say it was a pleasurable experience, but I felt a hell of a lot better afterwards. My God, did it clear you out, you know. Yeah, it was alright. I must be the only person around that is not terrified of it. It was like, it was fine, absolutely fine. You know, it did what it said on the tin. Cleared you right out. Hope you're not eating your dinner. So anyway, then you have the camera up your backside, and again, you know, there's a bloke just, oh, if you've got any symptoms, for fuck's sake, just go and do it, will you? Just do it. You know, it's just one of those things you've got to have done. And I had a general anaesthetic, and to be honest with you, I remember fuck all. In fact, I felt there was a young nurse, and she was only a trainee, and they asked, "Oh, do you mind if you know, like the trainee nurse?" She was a pretty little thing, and I thought, I'm going to traumatise the poor lass, you know. She ain't going to want to see my fat hairy arse, let alone assist with shoving a camera up it. Fucking hell, you know. She ain't going to eat. Oh no, you know. I hope to God that she had a nice tea to go home to. But yeah, no, it was done. I came round a couple of hours later. I was sort of led in bed, in the hospital bed, and I was a bit groggy. I was very groggy actually. And the groggy carer kind of picked me up. I sort of sorted myself out, got changed, ran out, come home, and I think she took me an omelette. I had something like. Then next day, absolutely right as well. I was a bit groggy still, and then that was alright. Next day, you know, wasn't brilliant, but I was alright. And then after that, I was absolutely fine. But you know, I'd put off going. And I shouldn't have, because it could have been a whole different story. Now I know the procedure. I think it was the not knowing, you know, the fear of the unknown, and you hear these stories, and you know, there's nothing to be frightened of. So if you're a bloke and you've got any concerns that you've got a bit of blood in your poo, like, just get on with it. You know, put your pride to one side, because you know you do lose your dignity, like, you know. But yeah, at the end of the day, who gives a fuck? It's like the dog said, you know, I do hundreds of these. You know, it's no different. You know, to him, it's like cutting your toenails or brushing your hair. It's like, it makes no difference. Apart from the trainer. I bet she's specialising in a different field after looking at my arse. Oh my god. But you know what I mean, just do it, will ya? Now if you've got any doubts or any symptoms or any concerns, just crack on, do it. Anyway, we're going through a bit of Birmingham here. I think it's Birmingham, or is it maybe Walsall or Wolverhampton, or I don't know, I tend to lump it all together, Birmingham. Well, there's no traffic around. Quiet. And it was dead on the docks today. Absolutely dead. I was in and out in half an hour. Box off, box on. That's a rarity. You know, that's a like 2-3 o'clock in the morning, or a Saturday morning, or a Sunday morning job. That is not at 5 o'clock on a weekday. So I think things are quieting down, maybe. I know. So I should get to this place just after 11 o'clock. Due in at 11, so I'm not. You know, at the end of the day, you get there when you get there. And I'm going as fast as I can. Can't do no more. Need to be over. M6 North. So I'm sorry if I sounded a bit down earlier. You know, I do have bouts of getting pissed off with everything that's going on. Yeah, at the end of the day, I'm human, aren't I? You know. And I think it's always this time of year as well. It's my birthday, and it's always like, oh, another year. Another year's passed by. What have I done in that year? Not a great deal, actually. I think that I've progressed, but I don't know if I have this year at all. I've progressed in a few things, I suppose, if I look back on it, on reflection. I've been a little better over the winter. I'm grumpy at the best of times, but I think I'll you know, my level of grumpiness, certainly it didn't get any worse. So yeah, that's something to be thankful for, I suppose. Plus I'm still here, which is another bonus. You know, I'm still waking up every morning. Some people don't have that luxury. I never know, is this Spaghetti Junction here? I don't know if it is or not. Is this the bit they call Spaghetti Junction? Looks like it could be. Should be. There's only 3 roads, isn't there? I know, 3. Ones that go underneath. I don't know. I've never known where it is. I need to be in this lane or the left hand lane here. It's hard to say. As long as I'm not behind that big red open top skip lorry in the left hand lane there, I don't mind. Always expecting something to fly out and come straight through my windscreen. Years back, my mate, he was driving a truck, and he was following one of these flatbed 18-ton builders merchants wagon. Can't remember which builders merchant it was. And they never had they were obviously delivering a front door. Well, it wasn't a front door, it was I think it was an internal door. And they never had it strapped down, and he was driving along, and all of a sudden it blew out of the back, came straight through his cab, caught him in the chops. He had about 5 grams of both busted his jaw. He had about 5 grams worth of dental treatment. It was all claimed for, and he was off work for a few months, but yeah, he was the world's most, he was the world's most unluckiest person. He was a stop-go man for a bit. Anyway, I'll speak to you in a bit. I'll carry on with the story then. Hello, back again. I think I missed the best of the view. There's some sort of hills over to my left. I don't know if you'll see them there because we're under the trees. We're on the A5, heading west. About 26 miles to go. So far today we've done nearly 6.5 hours worth of driving. So I'll be on about 7 hours by the time I tip, which doesn't give me much more to get out and get a little way down the road or wherever I'm going next, and that'd be my lot. People go, oh yeah, finished at lunchtime. Yeah, but I started at fucking 2:30 this morning. Oh yeah. Oh, early finish. Not really. Well, it makes me laugh, that. Yeah. Don't come out this way very often. So, bit of a change for me. Wondering how long it's going to take to tip. So I've got no idea what's on board. You never know, that's the thing. Could take half hour, so it could be all palletised. It could be in and out in 20 minutes, half hour. Or it could be a handball job and I could be here for 9 hours. Who knows? Well, if I'm here for 9 hours, I'll be here overnight. Yeah. Well, certainly not a lot of sunshine around this part of the world. Amazing sunrise this morning. I could see it in my mirrors. It was just it started getting light about 3:30 this morning, 3:20. It was, yeah, special. Long straight road. There's not much to see. Probably better in the winter. See over to probably able to see through the edge then. Reliable road services. There you go. Nice big lay-by. So I'm just wondering where I'm going to end up tomorrow. It could be absolutely anywhere. I remember it was only about a week ago I was coming out of Manchester, and the reload next day was in Manston in Kent. That's 300 mile away. So it could be anywhere. Who knows? Coming up to a roundabout. I think I just took on round to the left here. I do. Just keeps on lefting, and away we You ladies got to sort themselves out. Looks like we've got some roundabouts to contend with coming up. Blue car out in the right hand lane. I suppose there is a roundabout coming up, but quite sure what they're doing there. Broken down by the looks of it. I think I can be back in this lane again. Maybe in that right hand lane. In 5 West. He's going to do.
Enter the roundabout, take the second exit.
That was all a little bit misleading there.
Take the second exit towards A5 to North Wales.
Blimey, there's some right homes and caravans in there. Miles to the next roundabout. Tipper driver, Sam Pankey. Oswestry. The Old Brace. Great name. over there, but I don't think they're truck friendly. People on the tandem.
Take the third exit towards A5 towards Langdon.
I don't think it's pronounced Langelin. Try it. Is it not Langothlin? Or something like that? I could be wrong. I'm not known for my Welsh pronunciation. Or even my fucking English pronunciation. Flinging their trucks up round here, blimey. All got light bars and chrome and all sorts of shit. Too much time on their hands. They've got time to polish that lot. They could have done a bit more work. Well, every couple of miles there's a roundabout. You just get into a bit of a flow and then you've got to stop for a roundabout. Low bridge to the left. We ain't going that way. Straight on.
Enter the roundabout. Take the second exit.
Roundabout, less than a mile. Another mile, another roundabout. Fucking hell. Blinged up Scania. Tiny there, doesn't it? Compared to the when we go across on the old bridges down near Bristol into Wales, that's the River Severn below. I don't know at what point I go into Wales, even if I do. I don't know where the border is. The roads though. Nice and wide, plenty of room, pretty smooth so far. tug. Enter checkpoint if directed. Ease off just in case. Straight across on the A5.
Go over the roundabout, taking the second exit.
No check for me today. No one there. Felton
Take
Butler.
the second exit towards A5, towards Oswestry.
Not quite sure what's on with my indicators. It's about fine on the road at the moment. Miles of this. Some big hills over to my left. Got about 10 miles to go, so you may as well stay with me. So I get a bit closer. Scenery, you know, a little bit more interesting round here. We're having a bit of a break. It's 2 this morning. I've had a 15-minute break. Then a half-hour break. They're all still compliant, but oh, 1p break. Still want to be a trucker? It's been fairly full on today. Services looks shut. Petrol station's open. Nice big lay-by. Straight across.
Roundabout, taking the second exit.
And they all go.
Take the second exit towards A5.
Knocking.
Towards Oswestry.
A place called Knocking. Okay, it sounds like it's trying to play a tune. I think I know what the issue is. I think the light cluster is filled with water. turn crossroads. They've got roundabouts everywhere else, apart from here. But we've had enough of roundabouts. We won't bother. That used to be a pub in there. Oh, and the Ship Cafe. There's a bit of a view. We're going slow enough, you can enjoy it. I've only got about 6 miles to go. Ugh. I look like trucker tyres are on the floor there. I'm on my 3rd pint of coffee today. Fucking hell. If you'd have thought on that I'd have been wired to the moon. If I pulled over and lay down, I'd be asleep in about 30 seconds. So clearly not. Bit of speed again. Not for long though. It's alright by me, I don't mind tootling along. Next lay-by, Felton's Cafe. Oh, keep it going. That's a bit of heating on, I was getting a bit nippy. No, too fucking hot. What is up ahead? Tractor? I don't know. Going slow if it is. These boys today don't hang about. Speed cameras, not much use today. 17 mile an hour. Felton's Cafe, next left. How's Ned in that truck? Who's this coming up? Sleepy! Oh, it's Sleepy. Is that the cafe? Felton's Cafe. smoke on the back of that. The Montgomery Canal, I've heard of it. Pigeon. Oh, Buckwheatery. What that is in there, I didn't see any signs for it. Bit of someone's sofa back there. You're missing a bit of brown leather sofa. You left it behind back there on the side of the road. Aspen Gates Junction. I ended a bit earlier. One mile to the roundabout. Oh, I hate when they do that. I could hear him coming, but I couldn't see him. To Welsh Pool. First one goes in the safe bet is this left hand lane. Yep. Oh, it's a bit narrow through here.
Enter the roundabout. Take the second exit.
483 down there. There you go, down that way. Less than a mile and I turn right. So I'm more or less here to go on to the industrial estate down here. And that'd be me, so I'll probably put you on. Time now is 11:18. Let's see how long it takes, right? Because I'm only 10 minutes away from getting into this place, if that. Probably less than that. I've got 1 mile to go. So I'll speak to you in a bit. I thought I'd just put you on for this little bit here.
Recalculating.
Fucking hell. Got half a tree coming in the cab. Get out! Well, I'm going to go as wide as I possibly can here. be alright. There we go, we're alright. Let's see where he wants me to go. Yeah.
And reverse along this rail in here, you'll see the door that's open, it'll be on our
Oh,
right.
down in the down in there.
The side of the blue railing.
Yeah, no worries. All right, fella. Do you want me to open the doors before I go down in?
Just do them inside.
Oh, right. Okay, sounds good. Right, so I've got to get down in there. Holy fuck. Give it a go. Might need a few shunts. Seeing as I'm going in blind. Oh. Another little nibble. I could be on pro level here. And the trick is just take your time. Little nibbles, little nibbles. I think I need to be over a bit more. I need to be up that way. Need to be over just a little bit more. There's hardly any room here for error, I'll tell you. Go forward forward just a fraction to get straight. Can't see his hand. We're in. I'm happy with that. There you go.